Buddha replied to the contemplator of the world's self, Bodhisattva, "You have deep affinities with the Saha world. If gods, dragons, men, women, spirits, ghosts, or any other beings who are suffering for offenses within the six paths hear your name, see your image, behold you, or praise you, they will definitely become irreversible on the unsurpassed way. They will always be born among people and gods and there experience wonderful bliss. When the effects of their causes come to fruition, they will encounter Buddhas who will give them predictions. You are now replete with great compassion and pity for beings, including gods, dragons, and the rest of the Eightfold Division. Listen as I discuss events involving the inconceivable benefits bestowed by a star Bodhisattva. Listen attentively. I will discuss it for you. Contemplator of the world south said, "So be the world honored one. We will be pleased to listen." Commentary. The Buddha replied to contemplator of the world south Bodhisattva, "You have a deep affinities with the Saha world. Your conditions are especially profound with those in the Saha world of southern Jambudvipa, this world of suffering that requires patience to bear. If gods, all the dragons, good men or good women, all the spirits and ghosts, or any other beings who are suffering for offenses within the six paths, gods, humans, asuras, hell beings, hungry ghosts, and animals, when they hear your name, question Bodhisattva's name, see your image made of clay, metal, wood, or stone, or drawn on paper, they behold you with a strong attachment, or praise you, they will definitely become irreversible on the unsurpassed way. They will always be born among people and gods, and their experience wonderful bliss. When the effects of their causes come to fruition, they will encounter Buddhas who will give them predictions of future Buddhahood. You are now replete with great compassion and pity for all beings, including gods, dragons, and the rest of the Eightfold Division. Listen as I discuss events involving the inconceivable benefits bestowed upon the humans, gods, and beings of the six realms of a star Bodhisattva. Listen attentively and think it over. I will discuss it for you. Contemplator of the world's house said, "So be the world honored one." Quan Hsuan Bodhisattva says, "At that time, yes, I agree. Let us have the world honored one speak for us, please. We of this great assembly will be pleased to listen to the inconceivable state of a star Bodhisattva." Sutra. The Buddha told the Bodhisattva contemplator of the world's house, in worlds of the present and future, gods whose heavenly blessings are ending may be manifesting the five sides of decay, indicating that they may be about to fall into the evil paths. When those signs appear, if those gods, whether male or female, see a star Bodhisattva's image or hear his name and gaze at him or bow but once to him, their heavenly blessings will thereby increase. They will experience great happiness and will never have to undergo retributions in the three evil paths. How much more will that be the case for those who, upon seeing and hearing the Bodhisattva, use incense, flowers, clothing, food, drink, jewels, and necklaces as gifts and offerings to him? The meritorious virtue, blessings, and benefits they gain will be limitless and unbounded. Commentary. The Buddha told the Bodhisattva contemplator of the world's house and all those assembled in the Dharma assembly, in worlds of the present and future, gods whose heavenly blessings are ending may be manifesting the five sides of decay. God's blessings are so much more enjoyable in the heavens than in the human realm. However, Gods have the 5 sides of decay. What are they? 1. The floral crown wilts. When the 5 sides of decay occur, the crown of flowers falls away. 2. Their clothing becomes dusty. The gods' clothing do not need washing, it is always clean. When dust gets on their clothes, they are close to death. 3. Their armpits are sweaty. Gods do not sweat, but when the 5 sides of decay occur, perspiration comes from their armpits. 4. Their bodies smell. Gods have a nice scent about them, but when their sides of decay appear, they have a stench about them. 5. They do not enjoy sitting still. Gods are always meditating. When they are about to die, they cannot bear to be sitting in meditation anymore. They do not know whether to sit or stand. They stand up, then sit down, then stand up. This is about the time that they fall, turning possibly into hungry ghosts, animals, hell beings, or humans. These are the 5 major sides of decay. There are also 5 minor sides of decay. What are they? 1. No delightful voice. Heavenly beings have really beautiful voices. When their 5 sides of decay appear, their voices become unpleasant and ugly. 2. The light to their bodies dims. Heavenly beings have a light to their bodies, but when one of these minor 5 sides of decay appear, the light on their bodies is not so light but dims. 3. Bath water sticks to their bodies. Originally, when heavenly beings bath, their bodies cannot be touched by water, but water drips down like on glass. When the 5 minor sides of decay appear, bath water sticks to their body. 4. Attached to states. They are attached to whatever states they encounter and cannot give them up. 5. Weak body and rolling eyes. When the 5 minor sides of decay appear, their bodies are really weak and unhealthy. Heavenly beings rarely have their eyeballs roll about with their eyes open. But when the 5 minor sides of decay appear, heavenly beings' eyeballs roll back and forth. These are the 5 minor sides of decay. There is another list of 7. These 7 includes the 5 major sides of decay. 1. Light goes out. They do not have any more lights. 2. Wilted floral crown. The garland of flowers on their heads falls away. 3. Change in appearance. Heavenly beings' appearances are flawless. When sides of decay occur, they go from being good looking to being bad looking. 4. Dust alights on their clothing. 5. Sweat from their armpits. 6. Skinnier bodies. Heavenly beings do not need much nourishment, and yet they are not thin. When one of their sides of decay occurs, they are skinny. 7. No delight in being in their seats. They leave their seats. 5 minor sides of decay, 5 major sides of decay, and 7 sides of decay are sides that occur when heavenly beings use up their heavenly blessings, indicating that they may be about to fall into the evil paths. When those sides appear, if those gods, whether male or female, see a star Bodhisattva's image or hear his holy name and gaze at him or bow but once to him, the heavenly blessings will thereby increase. They will experience great happiness and will never have to undergo retributions in the 3 evil paths. How much more will that be the case for those who, upon seeing and hearing the Bodhisattva, use a variety of incense, an array of flowers, different clothing, various food, drink, and all kinds of jewels and decorative necklaces made of valuables as gifts and offerings to him. As Bodhisattva, the meritorious virtual blessings and benefits they gain will be limitless and unbounded. Sutra, moreover, contemplator of the worlds in worlds of the present and future, when beings in the 6 paths are on the verge of death, if they can hear the name of a star Bodhisattva even once. Such beings will never have to endure the sufferings of the three evil paths again. How much more will that be the case if the parents and other relatives use the houses, wealth, property, jewels, and clothing of such people who are on the verge of death to commission the carving or painting of images of a star Bodhisattva? If those ailing people have not yet died, their relatives can try to have them see, hear, and understand that their houses, jewels, and so forth have been used to carve or paint images of a star Bodhisattva. If those people's karmic retributions were such that they were to undergo severe sickness, then with such merit they can quickly be cured and their life spans prolonged. If those people's retributions send them to the evil destinies of death due to their karma and obstacles, then with such merit they can, when their lives end, be born instead among people or gods, and there enjoy extremely wonderful bliss. All their obstacles due to offenses will dissolve. Commentary. Moreover, contemplator of the world's house, in worlds of the present and future, when beings in the six paths are on the verge of death, if they can hear the name of a star Bodhisattva even once, such beings will never have to endure the sufferings of the three evil paths again. How much more will that be the case if the parents and other relatives use the houses, wealth, property, jewels, and clothing of such people who are on the verge of death to commission the carving or painting of images of a star Bodhisattva? If those ailing people have not yet died, their relatives can try to have them see, hear, and understand that their houses, jewels, and so forth have been used to carve or paint images of a star Bodhisattva. Patients create merit by building images of a star Bodhisattva. If those pupils' karmic retributions were such that they were to undergo severe sickness, entangled by demons of illness and karmic obstructions, then with such merit they can quickly be cured. Create an image of a star Bodhisattva for them and they will recover soon, and their lifespans prolonged. If those pupils' retributions send them to the evil destinies, a death due to their karma and obstacles, then with such merit they can, when their lives end, be born instead among people or gods, and there enjoy extremely wonderful bliss. All their obstacles due to offenses will dissolve, vanish. Sutra. Moreover, contemplator of the world's house of Bodhisattva, in the future, men or women may lose their fathers, mothers, brothers, or sisters while still infants or as youngsters. As adults, such people may think about those parents and other relatives, not knowing into what paths or worlds or heavens they have been reborn. Suppose that such people are able to sculpt or paint images of a star Bodhisattva, to hear his name, or to gaze upon and worship him for 1 through 7 days without retreating. Thus, upon hearing his name and seeing his image, they gaze at him in worship and make offerings. If such people's relatives had fallen into bad paths and were destined to remain there for many aeons, those relatives would quickly gain release, be born among people or gods, and experience supremely wonderful bliss. That will happen because of the meritorious virtue generated by their sons, daughters, brothers, or sisters who carved or painted images of a star Bodhisattva and then gazed upon and worshipped them. If such people's relatives have already been born among people or gods on the strength of their own blessings and are already experiencing supremely wonderful bliss, then upon receiving that additional merit, their causes pertaining to sagehood will increase and they will experience limitless bliss. Commentary. Moreover, Contemplator of the world's house Bodhisattva says, Shakyamuni Buddha, let me tell you another inconceivable state, Quan Shin Bodhisattva. In the future, cat-hearted men or women may lose their fathers, mothers. Their parents may have died, disappeared, or gotten lost. They may have lost their brothers or sisters too, while still infants or as youngsters. As adults, such people may think about those parents and other relatives, not knowing into what paths of gods, humans, asuras, or hungry ghosts, or other worlds or heavens they have been reborn. Suppose that such people are able to sculpt or paint images of a star bodhisattva using clay, wood, gold, silver, copper, metal, or paper. To hear his name, even if they do not sculpt or draw images of a star bodhisattva, but just to hear a star bodhisattva's name, or to gaze upon and worship him for 1 through 7 days without retreating. They do not give up that very first intent to bow to an image of a star bodhisattva. Thus, upon hearing his name and seeing his image, they gaze at him in worship and make offerings. If such people's relatives had fallen into bad paths of asuras, hell beings, hungry ghosts, and animals, and were destined to remain there for many years, according to their offenses, they should be in the hells, the 4 evil realms, for as long a time as an unfathomable number of great years. Those relatives, such as parents, siblings, and other deceased individuals, would quickly gain release from their offense karma, be born among people or gods, and experience supremely wonderful bliss. That will happen because of the meritorious virtue generated by their sons, daughters, brothers, or sisters who carved or painted images of a star bodhisattva and then gazed upon and worshipped them. If such people's relatives have already been born among people or gods on the strength of their own blessings and are already experiencing supremely wonderful bliss, then upon receiving that additional merit and blessings, their causes pertaining to sagehood will increase and they will experience limitless bliss. Supremely wonderful bliss earlier now becomes limitless bliss.